Well, good afternoon, everybody. Once again, thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the United Regional Chambers Weekly Update. We try to bring you on some interesting guests and some interesting subjects. And today, it's my guest is Mithun Pasham, who is the owner and executive director of Seniors Helping Seniors, based out of Franklin, but he covers all of the area. Mithun, welcome.
Thank you, Jack, for the introduction. It's been a great afternoon today, and it's lovely to be on your show today. And I would definitely be interested in sharing my services to all the folks who are going to watch this video.
Great. Well, first off, tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Absolutely. So, my name is Mithun Pasham, and I have a master's degree in biotechnology, and I have been a researcher in the past trying to find some cure for some diseases which have been troubling mankind. So, that was my initial days of my career where I was trying to find some remedies for the diseases like type 1 and cancer. And then eventually I switched my career to more into a corporate job where I worked as a field application scientist, and I was helping out customers to find solutions for their research. And something in me was always innate was trying to find solutions for people. That gave me a lot of pleasure. So this all skill set and this experiences with research and with working in corporate companies gave me the ability to launch something of my own. And I took a step back and I thought I wanted to do something meaningful and purposeful. And before I leave this beautiful world, I want to leave some footprint for the rest of the mankind, so that gives me some great satisfaction that I have done something good for the society. So that has been my background in my life so far. And what we're going to talk about today is much more details about what I have started recently.
Well, you've started Seniors Helping Seniors, and it's such a unique model. Can you explain how it works and what makes it different from other in-home care services?
Absolutely. That's the fun part of our agency. So just to finish off talking about my background. So now today I have started up this non-medical in-home care providing agency called Seniors Helping Seniors. We provide in-home support services for people in need, and so that seniors can use some of our services and have that independent lifestyle still happening by staying at home. That is our main goal. And some of the services that we offer could be anywhere from companionship, light housekeeping, meal prep, transportation, or taking them to doctor appointments, medicational reminders. And we also offer some personal care assistance for folks who might need that. But what sets us apart, though, from other agencies is that our caregivers are also seniors who are willing to help out other people in the community. And these could be folks who have just retired and wanting to do something good for the community. So this not only helps in understanding the needs and the services that the other seniors are wanting to have when we pair up the seniors, active seniors, with them, and it creates those meaningful friendships, and it really makes a difference in the quality of life in the seniors who are needing the services. So this is something very unique, and there is no other agency that has this kind of model. So in short, we are a peer-to-peer model company.
And what's the response been so far?
Oh, it's been great. So, since my office is in Franklin, I have been reaching out to all the local folks here. Whenever I have told about my services, everybody were very excited to hear that there is something like this existent for their senior people or for the for their parents. And it's been great. I mean, I've been giving some presentations at the senior centers in all the towns nearby. We had some great reception, and By God's grace, I've been lucky and I've been providing my services, and I have a great team of caregivers, and I also am providing a few number of clients already.
Well, how do you find a match for senior caregivers with your clients, and what kind of relationships tend to develop from those programs?
Oh, absolutely. So, one thing which we really take pride about our services is I know we are an in home agency who provides services. There are many people out there, but when we do from when we get a client request that somebody is looking for services, and when we carry on the in-home visit, this visit is mainly to understand the personality of the person and what kind of services they are needing. We try to touch upon elements that are what are their hobbies, what do they like to do on a daily routine in their life. Once we have all that information, we come back and we make sure that we have a person on our caregiver team who kind of has some overlapping interest with the client. So it gives us the great ability of matching some aspects between the caregiver and client. And when somebody has some overlapping interest, and when I send them out for providing services, it just develops a better healthy relationship, and it becomes much prosperous, much friendly environment. So this is what we really take pride in, matching certain personality and traits between caregiver and client.
Well, you kind of answered this next question, but I'd like you to expand on it a little bit. You know, Many families struggle to find trustworthy and compassionate care for their loved ones. How does your approach ease their worry?
Yes, that's great because in the state of Massachusetts, where the regulations are there are no regulations in this industry. Anybody can become a caregiver tomorrow. But from our side, it's we always make sure we identify the right person who wants to do this job. For us, it's not the degrees or the certifications that you possess, such as CNA or HHA, but rather we try to see if the person is genuinely passionate about for helping others. Does he have that compassionate heart and an empathetic soul towards others? So these are those traits which we look into the person, and we when we bring them for an in-person interview, when you have a conversation for an hour with them, you kind of get a sense of what is their personality is. So only if they have those kind of personalities, those traits, they will be on my team. So
Well,
try,
give me
yeah.
an example of one of your success stories, or an experience since you've started seniors helping seniors.
Oh, absolutely. So we have a client who has recently lost their spouse, and she was very social up until that point. But as soon as she lost her dear one, she kind of went into a shell and was depressed and wasn't doing any kind of social activities. But when the family reached out to us, we started off our companionship services, and we found the right caregiver who has same kind of hobbies. And she was an avid card player. She was great at Rummy Cube game, and we started playing. The caregiver started playing games with same game, card games, and eventually she just came out of the shell and started having so much fun, and she was back at it. So sometimes, it just takes that push, identify what they like, and you just inculcate into their routine what they have been rediscovering their interest, to be honest. So that's how it happened. That I think that felt very rewarding to me, and now she is happily enjoying the company of the caregiver.
Well, it's very important, especially as we all age, because we're all going to be there at some point. Um,
Exactly.
can you give us an overview of the types of services that seniors helping seniors provide, and the support that they can give so seniors can maintain their independence?
Oh, absolutely. So some of the services that we offer are starts off with the basic ones called companionship. We provide companionship services for people who feel lonely or they need some company with others. Other than that, we also do light housekeeping services. We also provide a little bit of laundry services, meal prep, or if somebody wants to be driven to the doctor appointments or running some errands for them, taking them to grocery stores, and those are some level of services that we do. But beyond that, there could be some seniors who might have some physical limitations in executing their daily activity livings, so we offer those seniors, we also offer personal care support as well.
Well, how do you, um, with your caregivers, how do you tailor the care to meet the individual needs?
So I touched upon this earlier. So when you actually go for an in-home visit, which is again, it's an absolute free service. If somebody is looking for trying to explore in-home services, this part of our consultation is absolutely free. So when we go home to the client's place, the main goal for us is to understand their personality and also at the same time understand what exactly their needs are. And based on their needs, we draft up a care plan. And based on that care plan, as I develop the care plan for the client, I in the back of my mind, I know who would be the right fit for this particular client would be. So, based on the personality and based on the preferences of the services that the caregiver would be good at, is also something we take into consideration.
Well, how do you ensure that the caregivers are compassionate, they're trustworthy, and well matched with their seniors that they're going to assist? How do you determine that?
Conversation, human touch point, personal interaction. The first thing is, so we have a process of how we vet our caregivers. The first part of the recruitment step is having a phone screen, and in that phone screen, you kind of assess the person. What is the real purpose of applying for this job or position, right? Once all those boxes are checked, I bring them for an in person interview. In the in person interview, it's more of a general conversation, more of understanding what is the reason that they are here in for. Is it for the money, or is it for the passion, or is it for establish or giving that help to others? So those are those things which I try to explore as I'm talking to them. And once I feel comfortable that this person is really indeed here for helping out others, and then we have a very rigorous training program. Even though if you have never ever given any caregiving services to anybody, but you still want to help out somebody, we will definitely give you that last step of orientation or training session so that you're ready to face how provide services to the client.
Your website is Franklin Brockton. Tell us what areas that you do serve.
Absolutely. So my office is in Franklin, but I do provide services. It's very hard to define the region, but I'll call out the towns and so I'll go up Millis, Medfield, Medway, Dover, and you come down to Norwood, and then Canton, Sharon, go all the way to Rockland, then again
Wow.
come down to Avon, Brockton, the Bridgewaters, the Easterns, and then close the loop with Plainville, Rentham, and back to Franklin. So anything within this territory is somewhere I could provide my services.
Okay. All right. And for families or seniors who are interested, what's the best way to get started?
Call me. My number is 508-595-8939, or you could hop on our website. There's an inquiry page. If either you like to become a caregiver, you could fill up that form, or if you want services, you could definitely hop on to the same website. So yeah.
All right. So as we come to the end of the show, have you got anything else for us? Final
No,
thoughts.
it's just exciting to meet all the locals of different towns, and just sharing them about what we do. really gets excited about it. But the most fun or rewarding aspect of my this new venture in my life is the kind of stories you get to hear as you are providing services to all the seniors. It's really very I don't know, mesmerizing or fascinating. It really it's just discovering something new. Everybody has their own story, and make by providing my services, and if it has changed somebody's life, that gives me the greatest joy of what is that's what I'm here for, to make some difference in the life of a senior. So I'm hoping to serve as many seniors as possible. So I end of the day, it's still a business, but I'm a person who wants to do a business with human face. So that's who I am. That's how I am wired, and I hopefully will fulfill my goal of serving as many seniors as possible.
Well, great. Mithun, thank you very much for taking the time to come on the show today. We appreciate you. We also want to say thank you to Jim Jones and the team over there at AACS who puts up with me every week. They do an awesome job and they really serve the community. So, folks, hope to see you next week. Thank you all very much for joining us today. And everybody, please stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.